Alright, hello and welcome back. My name is Tony and I'll be your host for the evening. I'm going to cover quite a few things today. I'm going to be covering... Oh god, really? Really? I just started the video. This is like take number 14 or so. It's been a long day. Anyways, if you're just now tuning in for the first time, thank you. I welcome you, and if you'd like, please go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe if you like what you see. I'm going to be going over some care of one of my animals today. If you do not like spiders, either exit the video or stick around and actually learn a little bit about them. It's entirely up to you. If you do not like them, I understand. So, first thing is first. I'm a very big advocate for animals. If you're going to be holding something captive or if you're going to have it as a pet, make sure that you know everything about them and that you understand what is involved when it comes to care and everything. I can't stress that enough. There is no reason to take an animal out of their natural setting and neglect it because you're lazy or you are just ignorant. You don't know any better. So honestly, do your research before you get something and make sure you know what you're in for. Now, when I was younger, I've had mine for almost 9 years now. The females can live up to 20 years, the males live up to 3. There is a huge age gap, I understand. The males, they reach a sexual maturity, they mate a few times, and then they die. Now, I never knew when I got her, I had no idea whatsoever that a spider could live up to 20 years. And I'm so thankful that I did my research because I understood what a huge undertaking that was. Especially for someone at that age. You need to know if you have enough time to dedicate to something like that. So it's definitely something you want to think about if you are interested in getting one, that is. So I'm going to be going over, let's see, I'm reading off notes right here, so bear with me. Okay. Every animal, doesn't matter if you want to call it an animal or not, any pet, let's go there, has a personality. Some like to be held, some don't like to be held. Think about a cat, some like their stomach rubbed, some don't. My tarantula does not like to be held. Matter of fact, she hates it. She will do anything she can to not be picked up. So, don't force it. There's no reason in stressing out your animal. There's no reason whatsoever. If they don't like it, don't do it. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It's pretty black and white. Now, I like to set up my tanks to be as realistic as possible. I want them to come into an enclosure that is very similar to home. And one thing to think about if you are thinking about getting one, set up your tank ahead of time. Don't do it all in the same day. You want to give your tank a very thorough checklist and a very thorough run-through. Make sure that your timers are working. Make sure the daylight comes on when it needs to. Make sure the nightlight comes on when it needs to. Make sure that the temperature is correct. Make sure it's not getting too hot. Make sure the humidity is where it's supposed to be. You basically want to recreate an ecosystem for them. Now, the humidity for these guys generally runs about 70 to 75. If it gets any more than 80, something's not right. Same thing with temperature. Mine can go down anywhere from about 70 degrees all the way up to about 80. Sometimes a little hotter depending on the day, and sometimes it's just depending on the weather. If that is the case, though, you have to understand how to cool your tank back down, how to dry it out. So, if it gets too hot, and say you leave your daylight on, it's going to gradually get hotter throughout the course of the day. And if that light stays on, your tank is going to get hotter and hotter and hotter, and it's going to gradually cook them. And same thing with a nightlight. If it doesn't come on at the right time and it gets too cold or it shuts off in the middle of the night, you could honestly wake up to a dead animal. That's not fair. As far as a water dish is concerned, they need something that is pretty wide and shallow. they actually can drown, so that's something you need to be careful for as well. I mean, they can even drown in the shallow one, but it's best to try to do everything you can to limit that risk. Also, because it is shallow, the water will evaporate quickly, so you have to understand that you need to be on top of it, checking it every day, checking it every other day, making sure that it's clean, making sure that it's fresh. As far as flooring is concerned, there are several different things that you can use. The one thing I use is coconut bark. I use the ground up type, so it's almost just like dirt. I do not pack it down though. I want her to be able to move it around. I want her to put it where she wants it. She definitely will move things around the tank if she is not happy with them. I've had her move plants around, I've had her knock over a water dish, I've had her try to move a burrow that I put in there. So honestly, let them do what they're going to do. And if you can, try to replicate it when you clean their tank and you put it all back together. It's less work on them and it's also less stress. As far as hides are concerned, I have a large bark hide for her, and she kind of did what she wanted with it. She pulled the plant down in front of it, and she concealed the entrance and exit. It's what she wanted, and she moves it out of the way when she wants to get in, and she moves it out of the way when she wants to get out. It's just what she does. Now, I have her in a 10-gallon tank, and I did build up the substrate a little bit because they can get hurt. They will climb the glass, they can climb the glass, so just be aware. And they also can't fall. And if they fall from a great height, it can actually crack their exoskeleton when they land and it will kill them. So please be careful. If you are considering them as a pet, one thing that you have to understand is they do not like noise. They are covered in fine, silty baby hairs, and they will pick up on noise and vibration in the air. So if you're a person that has them in your room and likes really loud music, I wouldn't recommend it. If you have screaming children, or somebody that will come in and bang on the tank and cause really loud noises, I wouldn't recommend it. And say you still want them, put them in a place where it's going to be quiet. Put them in an office. Put them somewhere where they have a chance to get away. They have no control over that environment or their environment. It is all up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, I'm going to go ahead and take my camera and show you what she looks like. This is her setup in here. There is her nightlight going right now. It's already starting to cool down for the day, so I wanted to make sure I have it on. There is her shallow water dish past her burrow back there. You can see that thing that's like kind of squashed down. That would be her plant that she moves around where she wants. And this would be my Charlie. She is a full-grown female. That's kind of her butt. Let's see if we can get her onto the front. She's actually staying out of the light right now. It's a little too, it hasn't cooled down just enough, but I want to make sure that I can get her enclosure before it cools down. And that is her hide. This is the thing that she decided she wanted to try and move. She didn't succeed, but you can tell where that little lip is over there, right in front of her, that she actually dug it down quite a bit. So they do have a specific way they like their enclosure, and that's just how she likes hers. So that's just a little bit on care. Also, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them down in the comments box below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Maybe you want one, maybe you have one, maybe you have issues. I've had her for a very long time, so chances are if you're a new owner or you have issues, I might be able to help you. Definitely let me know. Also, I'm going to be doing a hair tutorial. For those of you that do not know, I have very long hair, and it is very, very curly, and it's just freshly washed. So I'm actually going to be covering hair dyes and hair products and different things like that. One thing that I have noticed are a lot of how-to videos on bleaching and dyeing your own hair. Now, it's very important that you understand what you're putting on your head. There is a massive difference between what you're buying in a box and what you get done in a salon. So if you are interested in that, or you are curious as to what I'm going to be covering, different chemicals and so on, please make sure to look out for that video. I should be filming it tomorrow after I get this mop of hair taken care of. And yeah, so anyways, thank you guys for tuning in this time. I have a ton of editing to do because I, for some reason, cannot seem to get through a video without stumbling, bumbling, and jabbering on like a complete idiot. So nonetheless, I have a lot of editing to do. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will be posting this video shortly. Thank you for coming by, and have a fantastic day.